Testing audio, 1, 2. Testing audio, 1, 2. Testing audio, 1, 2. Testing audio, 1, 2. All right, one more last sound check. 1, 2. All right, one more last sound check. 1, 2. All right, sounds like we're all good. Showing 11:17 here, so we'll go ahead and get started. See if we can go ahead. Thanks for joining. My name is Kevin Gilmore with the National Weather Service New Orleans Baton Rouge office located in Slidell, Louisiana. We're going to talk about some of the severe weather we're expecting later today. we're really kind of monitoring what's going to be a very strong cold front coming across the region. There could be a line, maybe a broken line of showers and storms, some of which may be strong to severe coming through later this afternoon. We're going to talk about that, all you need to know about this line of storms, or these line of storms, and then when it passes through, we're also going to be seeing a lot colder weather coming up, and even some breezy weather, maybe very windy conditions right after when the front passes, going in later tonight through tomorrow. So you will definitely notice a big change in the feel of the temperatures and the weather conditions starting from today and then compared to tomorrow, because we're promised to really show a lot better weather conditions right around the corner. We're going to talk all about that here coming up. So let's go ahead and show you what's kind of going on outside. Today, let's see, we're going to bring up satellite imagery to show you. This is southeast Louisiana. You see here in the kind of the top middle portion of the screen, southern Mississippi on the very top part of the screen. And we see that we just have some broken clouds, just kind of partly cloudy skies, a little bit of a good breeze from the southwest. Highs today are going to be easily climbing into the upper 70s to lower 80s, so we're going to get a lot of that good warm air that we get, that what we call unstable air, out ahead of an approaching cold front from the north, which is why we're monitoring for the potential severe weather today. So I don't normally show this, but for today I figured for this this may be a little bit better to show on a day like today. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and show you that what's going on now is some storms up towards our north and west, and we're going to see this line progress down with time throughout for the rest of today. Now, again, we're going to be monitoring for the chance for severe weather. We're going to show you more timing specifics here in a moment, but we want to show you too that this chance for severe weather extends all the way to our north and northeast. Slight risk extends all the way up towards south central Mississippi, over to south central Alabama as well. So just going to be a strong spring cold front coming through the region, and we may have to be monitoring for a few strong to locally severe storms. So we're going to jump back here and talk about exactly what's going to be coming up. This is what we posted on social media about maybe 15 to 20 minutes or so ago, showing you the timing of what to expect today. Just pick your location out. We know from Facebook Lives before, live updates we've done before, we talk about the importance of knowing your location on a map, and this is why. Because if you know your location on a map, you'll be really easy to pick out your location and when you're going to be expecting these showers and storms. Now, like I was just talking about, the showers and storms are just kind of materializing up towards the north. Really easy to pick out your location. One second, we're going to test something real quick. That may be it. Okay. Like I was just talking about, keep checking the sound. Just kind of materializing up towards the north. Yeah, keep checking the sound if you can. Okay. Okay, sorry, I just got told there's a little bit of an echo, but hopefully it's kind of going away now. But again, just pick your location out on this map, and you'll know exactly when the storms are coming through. Again, 11 a.m. to noon for the far northwestern areas, noon to 4 o'clock for a large majority of southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi. And now we're also talking about, with some of the model guidance we've seen, there could be some cells that develop early out ahead of the main line. That may need to be monitored. Also, especially if the line wants to progress a little bit further to the south and east at a quicker pace. Otherwise, this is the general timing we're expecting. Rainfall amounts of around 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch, possible locally higher amounts. And of course, safety information, we're going to go over that a little bit later. Rainfall amounts of around 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch, possible locally higher amounts. And of course, safety information, we're going to go over that a little bit later. Rainfall amounts. Testing sound, 1, 2. All right, sounds like we're good with sound now. Sorry about that. We're dual streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube, but there appears to be a little bit of an overlap just because I had the sound on. So technology can be difficult sometimes. So we are good now. We're going to kind of keep going with that. Apologize about that little interruption. Again, here's what we're expecting with the line. Just find your location out, and you'll know exactly where these storms will approach your area later. Here's the slight to marginal risk of severe weather that we're expecting later today. Latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We'll be getting another update in probably around an hour. and we'll be posting that on social media as well once we get that update. But again, a slight to marginal risk is what we're seeing across a large part of the area, generally along north of I-10-12, with a slight risk a little bit towards the Mississippi coast, towards maybe east of I-55. So that's going to be a little bit more of a bullseye where we're going to be monitoring some severe storm possibilities there. But just about anyone across the area, generally along the north of I-10-12, has the chance of seeing some storms. And as you see there with the potential impacts, again, this is kind of a little bit of a heads up ahead of time here that there may be some scattered thunderstorms developing ahead of the line early. So going back to that timing, that's what we mentioned, a little bullet point there. We have noon to 4 o'clock, and you can, for example, approximate the time for Covington to be between maybe 2 and 3 o'clock. Be aware that that could be a little bit earlier because there could be some cells out ahead of the line. Now, that's the severe weather risk. The good news is this will be a quick hitting front, and the severe weather risk will be out of here very fast. We will see some windy conditions building up in the back part of this front when it swings through. So we do have a wind advisory in effect for a large part of southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi, generally for the parishes surrounding Lake Pontchartrain and Maurepas. This is going to be from 6 p.m. Wednesday through 8 a.m. on Thursday. Again, we're expecting 25 to 35 mile per hour winds with gusts even as high as 50 miles per hour following this front. So be sure to tie down any loose items that you happen to have. I know it's been some real nice weather, and maybe you put some lawn furniture out or something that easily can blow away. Make sure it's just tied down and secure once we get this front going through here. And even for marine areas, we actually have a gale warning in effect for all marine zones due to north winds around 20 to 30 knots. With gusts around 45 knots possible. Seas 6 to 9 feet, but that's going to be mainly for the outer Gulf waters. But there could be elevated or increased waves and seas for all areas. So keep that in the back of your mind for those with marine interest tomorrow, that there definitely could be some very high winds and increased waves and seas during with the passing of this cold front. And these are some of the values that we're talking about, some of the wind gusts we're expecting. 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts for Baton Rouge, getting to 30 to 35. So that's what we're talking about, south-facing shorelines. That's going to be including pretty much New Orleans and any south-facing shoreline. So a shoreline with the water to your north, which is pretty much New Orleans, that's where you're going to have some of the pretty much the highest winds. And of course, these get towards the Mississippi Delta, going towards Plaquemines Parish to Boothville, even higher down there just due to the vicinity of water nearby. 40 to 45 mile per hour winds possible, or gusts in that aspect across that region. So something to kind of keep in mind, that tomorrow, or tonight through tomorrow, will be very windy across the area, so keep that in the back of your mind. Now, talking about with the severe weather risk we were just mentioning before about pretty much what to do, how to get warnings, you can get it through the internet. Wireless emergency alerts, that should be, if we possibly issue a tornado warning, you will get it. Local TV and radio, we have fantastic broadcast meteorologists across our region who help us get that message out. If a warning is in effect, you'll see it come across TV as well. And then spread the word. If you know someone is out and about doing errands today or later this afternoon, give them a quick call, text them. Just say, hey, you got some severe weather coming. Make sure you saw the timing map. Maybe relay that timing map to them and say, hey, you know, the storms will be around your area around 4 o'clock or whatever area where your friends are located. So spread the word. We usually like to say that too, let people be aware that there's the potential for severe weather today. But the good news, again, is that we will get this storm out of here. And then beyond that, here's your 7-day forecast. New Orleans to the top left, Gulfport to the bottom right. It's beautiful. We're talking about low 60s for highs. That's going to be around maybe 10 to 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. Lows getting close to the mid to upper 30s for the North Shore into southwest Mississippi, especially come daybreak on Friday, and then even into early on Saturday, we may have some 40s around the area. But for the South Shore, it'll be slightly warmer. Talking about mid 40s for that area, but then we'll see a steady moderation trend with time going to late this weekend into early next week. We'll climb back near normal to maybe even getting back to close to 80 by the middle part of next week. So that's generally it. I mean, we're going to try and get through this weather system. It'll be a quick hitter. Just be sure that if there is any watches or warnings issued, we will notify you very quickly here on social media through Twitter and Facebook and let you know the latest. We'll be posting frequent radar updates about any specific storm or the timing, if there's going to be any timing differences with the storm. So be sure to stay tuned today and pretty much all the way through the rest of today, at least through late evening once we get this storm system out of here. And we will promise to continue to provide you with as many updates as possible. So I appreciate you joining, and be safe and take care. And thanks so much.